G'day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Metal video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the Int Vegeta and getting a good idea for just how good Int Vegeta is in Dokkan Metal after his Extreme Z Awakening. This is the Int type support Vegeta, so the Extreme Int support Vegeta, and yeah, he's pretty good. Obviously a couple of things, so mine has 2 dupes. I got them a very long time ago, so there's not much that I can do about it, but yeah, got him a while ago. Very good as a unit. 150% type lead for his leader skill. Greatly raises attack with a high chance of stunning the enemy for his super attack effect. Now all of the units are built the same, so they give 2 key and 10% to all int type units, an extra 50% to extreme int type units. He gets 50% per orb, an extra 20% and 10% crit chance per int orb. He creates int orbs as well. He also has the ability to guard all attacks for the first 4 turns if you have 3 extreme class allies on the team, or sorry, 3 int class allies on the team. And then of course as well, if below 50%, he'll create a full field of int orbs. And yeah, pretty straightforward. Now a bit of a weird thing with this Vegeta, he actually has big bad bosses, which in hindsight is actually a really cool thing. So although he's not going to share a ton of links with other Vegeta units, or at least not tons, what it does mean is he can actually be a good running partner for any big bad bosses based extreme int unit. So that's Demon King Piccolo, int LR Cell, int Bojack, and even though they're not going to be getting a ton of links, they are going to be getting their crucial big bad bosses link, and that's going to make them pretty good. The downside to Vegeta is outside of the amount of orbs that he collects, he has no defensive solidarity. So whereas you will notice that units like Hit, Kaba, Kid Gohan all tend to raise their defense, which allows them to hit pretty high defenses. We're talking 800k, 900k, 1 million. Vegeta doesn't have that. Vegeta is totally reliant on the amount of orbs he gets. So what that means is, unlike them, where you can kind of fiddle around with the amount of orbs you give them, with Vegeta you're kind of stuck trying to get him the highest ratio of orbs possible. So that means in situations where you don't manage to get a lot of orbs, you can tend to kind of be hindered a little bit. With that being said, Vegeta is still a ton of fun to use. He's a great unit and he can put out some pretty good damage numbers. Obviously Extreme Int does also have a really good roster, so his ability to assist Extreme Int and kind of boost the rest of the rotation is something that's very good. 60% support basically is super duper valuable, and being able to proc big bad bosses is pretty high up on the list for a lot of Extreme Int category characters. His defense isn't bad either. It's just that if you don't get the high number of orbs, or get 5 or 6 orbs, you can be in a bit of trouble. Remember, with any orb based unit, it's not the first couple orbs that matter the most, it's actually the later couple orbs. And what I mean by that is the difference between 6 orbs to 3 orbs is quite significant, because the way the orbs stack is they stack the 50% of the orb previous. So for example, if you get 1 orb it's 50%, but if you get 2 orbs it's 125%. And that's because of how the way the orbs cumulatively add to each other. So the difference between getting 3 orbs and getting 6 orbs is quite significant, and especially if they're int type orbs, it changes the character's attack stack quite significantly. So if you're looking to use a guy like Vegeta, then you need to keep that in mind. In terms of build, you're probably looking at additionals. Most of the time support units are looking at additionals because they have crit baked in. However, because of how minimal Vegeta's defensive coverage is outside of getting a large amount of orbs, giving him evasion could possibly be more than fine. Especially since you're going to probably want to be using him to proc big bad bosses to give that big support buff. Giving him evasion isn't too bad, because it's essentially going to allow him to pretty well cover himself in terms of damage, and give him some kind of mitigation against super attacks, because his normal defense is not terrible, it's not bad, it's pretty solid. So yeah, all in all I think Vegeta is pretty good. I do enjoy using him a lot, he is a lot of fun, and he does elevate a lot of fun units. Like I said, int Demon King Piccolo, int LR Cell, int Bojack, even this int Goku and Vegeta that I'm using are units that benefit a ton from having Vegeta around, and so it is a ton of fun to kind of use them and really just kind of let him get to business. I think for me, He's a unit that's, really quite something special. And like most of the time support units, he's super helpful with, accepting his mitigations and his limitations. But with that being said, he's still a ton of fun. So in terms of links, like I said, you can focus on Vegeta's links, although it's not necessarily that great. He doesn't have prepared for battle. He relies a lot on royal lineage and sharing the limit, and these are not super common links. Of course, he gives ki to Int type units, and he generates orbs, so ki is not a huge problem. So in reality, you actually just want to focus on big bad bosses, since getting that link is going to do pretty much the same as getting every other link anyway. So big bad bosses is kind of like your, red shining beacon in terms of getting his performance up to speed. But if you want to link him off Vegeta units, there are some interesting pairings. Int Martian Vegeta could be a really fun one, because he also is reliant on orbs, and he's an extreme Int type. So this Vegeta could elevate that Martian Vegeta to being in a very good space as a unit and being just a ton of fun. So I'm really excited to kind of see really where that goes and just how cool that combo can be. I might do a video on it because I think it could be a really fun combination to run in a lot of content. Like I said, outside of that, that's pretty much it. You've got things like Brutal Beatdown, Nightmare, but these aren't crazy links, and neither should you warrant them. Like I said, as long as you can get big bad bosses, you're pretty much good to go, so just focus on that, and you'll have a lot of good times with Vegeta. But that's it from me. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Till then, take care, stay safe, and bye.